linking words, the word that you need for IELTS writing task 2. Okay, I'm sorry, it needs to. Well, so what are the words that you can use to write your essay for task 2? Okay, of course you know some of them, but first of all, let's talk about them. After that, we will do an essay. We will write an essay together, okay? Okay.
Yes.
Well, so.
But teacher.
Yes.
Can we do the discuss both side? Discuss both view. It's like
What you mean? So I couldn't get both side? What side?
It's no. It's like can we do task 2, but the essay that discuss both of the.
Ah, of course. The
Like
essay you
this.
mean? Of course, of course. So you mean so? Okay, we have just you said discuss both views. So I didn't. So you mean agree, disagree?
Yeah.
Yes. Of course.
No, no.
Of course. Of
No.
course. Yeah.
Like discuss both views, not
I can't
like
hear you. It's like,
I
actually you're breaking up. So it's like, and I can't hear you clearly. Could you please check a connection first? Then I can get, because, I don't.
yeah, wait.
Well, so can you hear me now?
Could you hear me?
Of course. Okay, so you told me that. So let me confirm what I heard. So you told me that you want to do an essay, but discussion essay to discuss two sides, right?
Yes.
Of
Yeah,
course,
yes.
why not? Of course, why not? We can do this one. So yeah, of course. Well, so today's essay, discussion essay. So let's get started. So first of all, okay, so you want to start with essay or learning linking words? So which one? Because you need them, I think it's better to first just review and check some linking words. Yeah, of course, I give you some alternatives and then we will do it together. Okay, well, let me share my screen. Okay, and now, so, well, can you see the board now?
Yes.
Okay, so first of all, let's talk about linking words. So you know that in writing task 1, task 2, that is really important, how to link in joint sentences. So you know that coherence and cohesion are really important factors that affect your final. Okay, well, when you want to add information, could you please tell me one word that you normally use when you want to add information, like and, except for and, because and is too basic. So what?
It's like in introduction or in the body, teacher.
No difference. When you want to add information, it can be an introduction, it can be main body, it can be conclusion, so no difference. So
Like in task 2, right?
yeah, task 1, task 2. So because normally we are talking about task 2, but actually they are common. For example, when I say and is common for task 1, task 2, so no difference. And when I say in addition, task 1, task 2, just I want to add information, so I say in addition or additionally. So do you know any other words?
Yes, of course. It's like moreover, what more?
Yeah, of course.
And in addition, additionally, another key component to that, and also to begin with.
Perfect. Okay, to begin, no. To begin with, no. Just for, actually, furthermore, okay. In addition, okay. Moreover, okay. Also, okay. Not only, but also, okay. But, to begin with, no. So it's not for adding information, okay? So actually, you want to begin something. You want to clarify something, okay? You want to start something. And for giving example, now you want to give example how to give example?
Yes, I like when I was at school, I tended to ask you about some word can replace for instance and for example because I just know two of them.
Of course, of course. So, for example, for instance, they're too basic. Of course, you can use them, but that's. So, let me give you some better alternatives. The first one clear example is this one is good, but namely, let me write on the word. Namely. So,
Yeah.
this is to illustrate. To illustrate, the second one. In other words, okay, so namely, to illustrate, such as, such as, or one clear example is, one clear example is. All of them can be used as, for example, for instance, just, all of them are easy to use about, namely, because this one may be is a new one for you. So, for example, I will bring lunch, namely sandwiches and soda. So I am giving example what I will bring for lunch. Okay, so this way you can use namely, like for example. Okay.
Yes.
Well, just let's keep going. Result and consequences. Another thing really important. So of course, consequences, especially for task 2, is really important. So tell me about result and consequences. So what phrases can you use to explain the consequences of something?
What are consequences?
Yeah,
Explain consequence. Indeed.
indeed.
Yeah.
So we have more, better actually. So another one
It's actually.
I couldn't get. Again, please.
Actually, teacher.
Okay, so let me say something. You are talking about, you said indeed. Indeed means in fact. So, or
Yes.
actually, again, so we need something else. We are talking about consequences. So what are they? Okay, the result of something, like as a result,
Ah, as a
consequently, as a result. So
and
these two
third.
are familiar, so you know them. So therefore, thus, so,
Yeah.
for this reason, all of them can be used for giving consequences, for explaining. So we have thus, we have as a result, we have show, we have, for example, for this reason, all of them can be used. Okay, so all of them can be used. Consequently, so I like this one. Therefore, so therefore, this one is really good and usable. You can use it. Okay. And when you want to highlight or stress a part of your essay, for example,
Um.
yeah,
Notably. Notably.
notably, yeah. Um, yeah, actually, I would prefer better words. So I say, that because this part is particular, specific part. So I want to highlight it. So I say particularly. I say
Yeah.
or in particular, specifically again. Obviously, as for example, clearly, and of course, is go on. So we have particularly or particular. Or in particular,
Yeah.
especially, yeah, is easy. Obviously, for example, is another one. Obviously, of course, clearly, all of them can be used. So, and why I'm giving you more than one alternative, because you know that we avoid repeating the same words in writing, task 1, task 2. So we need vocabulary range enough.
Yeah.
So, of course, well, Let's keep going. Okay, now I want to make contrast. So how to make contrast?
Whereas.
Yeah, whereas, of course, the first
Whereas.
one, the easiest one, of course, but however, whereas, even though, although, but, despite, in spite of, all of them are similar, you can use maybe the place, one beginning, one end, one middle, for example, noun, and so a bit different, but totally they're the same.
Yeah.
On the other hand, the usable, really usable common is on the other hand. By contrast, in comparison, so especially for task one, by contrast, in comparison, both of them. So, on the other hand, by contrast, in comparison, so all them can be used. And we have another one, so alternatively, so you are giving another alternative, so you can say, okay,
Alternate.
yeah, alternatively, or that means another option could be, that means,
But teacher,
yes,
it's not mean the other hand. It just mean what more? I
it
think.
means we have another alternative,
Yeah.
we have another, so on the other hand means we have another alternative. So
Oh, I
this,
think that
yeah,
we talk about the different side of this.
contrast,
Yes.
yeah. So what is the problem? So let me explain first of all the meaning of, when we want to suggest another possibility, we use alternatively. So I like red, alternatively blue. So blue is better. So it's like, I'm making contrast here, not only this one. So of course, and let me say something else that is really important. So when we say contrast, so sometimes you think that, okay, it's like, they should be opposite, of course. We need to give opposite ideas. Okay, so that's really clear. So we use actually something like these linking words to make contrast. Okay, for
Yeah.
example, when you want to introduce an opposite point, you can use but. You have another one that is concession. So what is this? Okay, maybe because of this, you couldn't get the actually meaning of alternatively. So when we have concession, it means another alternative, something like, for example, sometimes disagreements. So again, we can use alternatively when expressing disagreement.
What
So,
what teacher?
yeah,
What is the disagreement?
disagreement.
Disagreement.
Disagreement, yeah, of course, of course. So it's like something allowed, concession, something allowed, okay, often in order to end a disagreement, something like you want to give another alternative, to end a contract. So you can use alternatively, okay?
What and contrast?
Contrast, contrast, to make a
It's
contrast, conflict.
but you say that and contrast. What is mean,
And,
teacher?
finish, and a contrast. It's like,
Yes.
for example, I'm discussing, okay, some sides, or for example, aspect. Okay, this one can be opposite of another one, so I can use alternatively. So that's really easy to use it, okay? And I can easily use it to make contrast, okay?
Contrast.
Yeah.
It means like alternatively used to mean contrast.
Okay, so yeah, of course. Let me give you an example. Okay, for example, you want to make contrast and you want to use alternatively. Okay,
Yeah.
for example, like however, could you please tell me how do you use however?
however, it mean
Huh?
like however is something that's opposite with the statement. We just
Okay,
say
so how you use it? How do you use it?
like put in the middle of the sentence.
Okay, of course. Well, so however is exactly the same as alternatively, I want to say.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. And you know, I want to say that alternatively is the most, yeah, you know that we normally use however, okay? But you
Yes.
know, you can also use alternatively like however, okay? The meaning. Now I think it's really clear. Now you can understand what I say that I can use. So however, and of course, however is the most common when talking in general speaking, but of course this is IELTS. So alternatively is exactly the same here. The most common synonym for however. Okay?
Yes.
Okay. Well, is it clear now?
Because my I think that alternatively it's just as the same as moreover and what more.
Yeah.
Oh,
So, yeah,
teacher, sorry. There's some customers at my house. Wait for me a minute, please.
of course, of course.
Yes, okay, teacher.
Yeah, okay, very good. Well, so you were talking. So, as I told you, just you know, the concept of making contrast is a bit confusing for you. You think that okay, when I say contrast, just like you know, this or so opposite, of course. But here, when you give different options, again, you are making. For example, we could go to Italian restaurants.
Yes.
Or alternatively, we could try Indian food. So which but this is my preference. So I have another option. I'm adding something that is in contrast with another one. The first one, get it?
Yes.
Okay,
And
very good.
but
Yeah.
teacher, um, another option could be I think this have a same meaning with what more.
So it means to add alternative. Of course, you can use it to add alternative. Yeah, of course you can use it. So it's
But
like, for example, you can say, okay, you could catch the train at 6:30. Okay. Alternatively, you could wait for the next one. For example, for the 8 train, 8 p.m. So this is another option that I'm giving. So I can. Why not?
wow. It's like it has many meanings, right, teacher?
Yeah.
It's I mean like alternatively it's like it can have the meaning with on the other hand and it's also have the meaning with what more,
Let me
right?
say something. When we say, if you want, yeah, for example, when, like, as I told you, like, however, as I told you, alternatively means however here. Okay, and however is used for contrast means. Alternatively, again, actually can be used for the second, in the second sentence, like for example, I don't know, offering something to you, you know, offering something else that is different from actually it's not something adding, you know, to the first phrase. For example, we can try Chinese food and okay and Indian food. So I'm adding something now. We can have a Chinese food, you know, but it's a bit maybe spicy. Alternatively, we can try Indian food like this. Okay, so here I am giving another option. Okay, but if you say that the meaning is the same, the use is different. Okay.
Yes. But
Okay.
but maybe I think it's not it doesn't make sense, teacher.
Yeah, of course, it makes sense. Believe me,
Well,
it makes sense, and we use it a lot.
yes, yes, but you know, the example I think it doesn't make sense.
What example doesn't make sense, dear?
Because it's like when you want to choose Indian food, maybe it's is another option. It's not the contrast.
Okay, so why do you think making contrast is definitely making an opposition? So let me say something. For example, because I told you that however is similar with alternatively and it's really common. So you know the meaning of it and you know that you use it to make contrast, right?
Yes.
Okay, well, how? Actually, however, can serve two different functions. Yeah. For example, I like to play soccer. However, badminton can be the a better option. Yeah. Is it a
Oh,
contrast here?
yeah, yeah, yes,
They are opposites? No, they're not. I'm giving another option. Yeah, right?
yes,
So
yes,
exactly the same as alternatively. So actually you have the problem with the definition of contrast. It doesn't mean that, okay, I say that and then I make a conflict like, okay, no, it's not right. That one is right. No, I'm adding another option that doesn't follow the first one. Get it?
yes.
Okay. And so it's your choice. If you have any problem with
Uh,
it, it's a really, yes.
no, no, no. It's it's like but but why can you use alternatively to as a meaning as another option could be.
What? I didn't get what you mean. Why
It's
should
like
I use?
no, no. I think like another option could be. I think it's will related to what you want to add more in your essays. It's not about the contrast, teacher.
Okay, so let me say something. Why do you use in comparison when you want to make contrast? It's not contrast. It's used to make actually comparison. So why you say in comparison? Because you are giving more than one alternative, right? This
Yes,
is contrast. So because of, okay, there is a point here. We think that because we learn contrast, making contrast with but, and you say, okay, but means this one. Actually, when I use but is another alternative. So
yes,
it's, yeah, so they're the same. Actually, the basic maybe belief that, okay, but they're totally different. No, we are nevertheless, however, although, for example, I don't know, Chinese is really interesting language. I learn English. Is this contrast here? I'm giving another
yes.
alternative. So this is the definition of contrast, okay? And just pay attention when you want to make contrast, you can use, oh, of course we have another, for example, we have another word that is still, it still is used for making contrast. So you said how, but we use it. So
Hmm.
is it not clear?
Wait, wait. Maybe can I have 30 seconds to reload?
Of course.
Hmm. Well, you know, on the other hand, I think this had a meaning like is the opposite from the
Yeah,
first one,
yeah.
and
So
why we can replace on the other hand at alternative.
okay, so because I'm telling you, when we say on the other hand, when we say on the contrary, for example, like this, of course, sometimes you consider an opposite side.
Yes,
Yes. Sometimes you give another alternative. That is another form of contrast. Get it?
Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
of course.
But
Let me say, for
yes,
example, when we say
I
in,
get.
yeah,
Yes, I
yeah,
get it. But
okay, so we
uh,
have
but
different forms of it.
yeah, yeah. But maybe one more problem is here is another option could another option.
Another option for what?
Wait, no, no, another question. No, 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 no. It's like another option could be. It's just also the contrast, right, teacher?
Yeah.
But
I'm
but
sorry, I couldn't get what you said. Could you say again?
it's like I mean like another option. Is it also mean as a contrast?
Of course. Let me say something. When you say alternatively, actually, you are giving another, alternative. Can be unexpected, especially it's a bit unexpected and surprising. So because of this, we say, okay, so it can make a contrast. So you
Yeah.
believe that, for example, okay, Vietnamese is really easy, okay? Alternatively, Chinese is easy too. So actually, you are making an unexpected contrast here. It's like, oh, it changes my belief. So people believe that, okay, this one is easier then. So this is actually just you need to change your mind about the meaning of contrast. Yeah, of course, I do agree with you. It's like, opposite side in a simple word. But we have all the forms, especially this is IELTS. So you know that when you are, okay, adding an alternative, but
Yes.
it's not making a list. So I can't use and because I'm not making a list. I'm giving another option that is different from the first one. How can I use? How? Okay, how can I make it? What word I need? I need a word that make a contrast. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
here I use, because I can't use add, because I'm not making a list, I'm not adding something. Actually, I want to add something, but in another way, opposite way of the first one. Is that clear now?
Yes.
Okay.
Uh, but, but one more problem
Yeah.
is I I want to ask like another option could be it is phrase can be used as the meaning as moreover or what more.
No. So like you mean moreover? No, it's
Yeah.
better not to use it as moreover.
Another option. It's like when you write something, it's like for example you write city like traffic in no no it's like in the city there are a lot of transportation for namely is namely like bus taxis and car it's like this and also maybe you can use another option could be
So another, okay, so you say that, yeah, you can give option, but if you give contrasting option, when we say moreover, oh, I'm sorry. So what happened to my phone? Okay, fell out. Okay, sorry. So, let me give you an example. For example, I say, actually, I think you could go to the beach, this weekend. Alternatively, you could stay home and relax.
yes
So as you can see, I'm giving an option, but actually that is a contrasting option. That is, but moreover, no, it's supporting option. You can do this and that. You can go to the beach and play, and
yeah
swim, okay? It's
yeah
not contrasting. So let me say something. Well, when you say moreover, for example, I think you could go to the beach, play, for example, I don't know, play with friends
ah
and swim.
Yeah.
Moreover, for example, having lunch,
Yeah.
okay? So I'm adding something that supports my first, okay? But when I
Yeah.
say alternative, this or that, not both of them, this or that, go to the beach or stay home. Get it? What is the meaning of contrasting? Because of this, I say you can use it as moreover.
Yeah. Yeah. Yes. Okay.
Okay.
I think it's really.
Finally, I could explain it.
Thank you, teacher.
Okay.
Oh my God.
Well, of course, you should ask. You should
Yeah.
ask,
Thank
actually,
you.
yeah, that's really important to know why you use. So that's perfect. And you know, you want to know why we use something and that's perfect. And I try to clarify it. So I think now it's really clear. When
Yes.
you want to add something that separates and they are related, yes, but this or that, no. This is alternatively. Get it?
Yes.
Well, the next one, okay, so we have reason and cause. The most common is because, yeah? Okay, what other words?
Mm, in the contrast,
No,
when
no.
we
Now, okay, contrast is done, so it's like now reasons and causes.
reason and causes.
Yeah, of course, reasons and causes. You want to give reason, like because. The first one and the most common is because.
Maybe. Mm, I don't know, teacher.
Since. Let me help you. Of course, it's okay. Since, as, due to, okay, and owing to.
Ah.
All of them are the
Because
same.
of.
Yeah, yeah. These two actually, the last two one means because of. Since and as means because. Okay? Since you need to go to school, for example, we can't hold the class in the evening. Okay? So this is since because. As you're learning English, for example, I help you, or for example, I give you some resources because you're learning. Okay? So,
Yes.
okay. And now, giving your opinion. So now you want to give your, first of all, in my opinion. Perfect. That's really good. There are different, but let's find some easy ones. So in my opinion, or for example, I think, in my opinion, I think, I believe. Next, I admit, really usable, widely used. I admit, I believe, in my view, so you know that. So, or you can say, I agree, I disagree. So I disagree. I cannot accept means I disagree. Okay? I agree. It's okay, common, you can use it. I concur. So I concur means I agree. They are the same. So they are the actually, I think, I reckon, from my perspective, different actually words and phrases that you can use. Okay? Any questions related to linking words? They are the most common linking words. Of course, there are more, but you know, later I will give you more alternatives. Okay?
But teacher, I concur. What this mean?
Means I agree.
I agree. I concur.
Yes.
I agree.
Yeah.
Yes.
Both of them are usable. You can use one of them. Okay.
Yes.
Well, and let's keep going with your
So
action.
can I have a question?
Of course, yes.
It's like can we say that I settle on this statement as the meaning as I agree with this statement. Settle on.
I'm sorry. Could you say again? Can I say what?
It's like can I say settle on for the meaning like I settle on this statement for the meaning I agree with the statement.
Of course, you can use it.
But
You can. So it's like, for example, we know that we agree that, okay, we need to spend money on education. I agree. I concur that money should be spent. So that is the way that we use it.
But can we use in writing? Settle
Of
on.
course, it's right. You use what? Settle on?
Yes.
So settle on means what?
Agree.
I
Agree.
think I think we discussed this this word because I remember that before you asked me about this.
Yes.
So yeah, it's settle on. So if you want to know that, actually it depends on the concept. So let me say, when you say settle, settle can be used, okay, not settle on. So because as I told you, the preposition is just on, but when you want to make a final decision, for example, we agreed to, for example, I don't know, we agreed on this name for our baby. So we say we settled on. So
Yeah.
settle on here to make a final decision. But sometimes this, we use agree in different, not only, for example, make a final decision. If you use it and the meaning of making a final decision, settle on is okay. Settle on something.
But
If,
ag
yeah,
agree.
yeah,
Agree. Is
agree,
but
of
what?
course.
Yeah. It's like can I use I settle for the meaning I agree?
Yeah, that means actually agree. For example, when I say we agreed, okay,
Yeah.
we agreed to have this name, for example, to name our baby John, okay? We agreed,
But
we settled on, okay? So yes, you can say, but that is mostly used if you use agree here about a decision that you made together, settle on is a good one. If no, it's better to use different alternatives, okay? So you
but
settle on something. That is really, yes.
but if I say I agree with this statement, and
Don't
can I
say
say
I
that?
settle on. Don't say I settle on. Because
But
you and, yeah, of course, yeah.
can I say I settle with this statement?
No. First of all, settle on the statement, not with, because we have the preposition. So on. So settle on, just say agree. Here there is not actually nothing with making decision, as I told you. So it's different from, okay, so if you want to have a very good synonym with settle on, instead of agree, I think use decide, determine, okay? So these ones are better, okay? If you mean we agreed on something, like, made decision, yes, you can use it. Just may I ask you 1 minute to check something? Just 1 minute, thank you.
Yes. Yes.
Thank you. Okay, thank you. Well, keep going. Okay. Well,
Yes.
so is it clear now? So
Yes. Very
set,
clear now.
okay, and normally, so when you use, as I told you, when you settle on, because it's about, agreement on something, you actually, you settle on something with someone else. Me and my mom, me and my husband, me and my friend, for example, okay? We settle on something. It means we agreed, we made decision, okay?
Yes.
Well, keep going. Another question?
I think no. I think it's very clear now.
Okay, perfect. Well, just let me mention something here that is really important. As I told you about idioms, sometimes we learn the meaning of something and you say it's okay, so we can use it, but the way and when you use and where you use it is really important. Just about some words. Sometimes you feel like, okay, so they can be like, somehow same. No, even if they are the same, maybe the use of them are different. Okay, so that's really important how to use them. Because of this, try to learn everything. When you want to learn something, try to learn them using examples. An
Yes.
example, you can perfectly understand how to use something. Okay, well, let's keep going with our essay. So you said discussion essay. Okay, so let me find a good one. Okay, so let me find a good topic for discussion. Okay, well, so it's not, art is not good. So, well, discussion is something like, I think it's direct question, just, okay, let's talk about work. I think it's go on. So, well, first of all, let's talk about types of discussion essay, and after that we will do this. So, first of all, you know that there will be two sides of the same thing. Okay? For example, homework is good or bad. So we have two sides and we're going to discuss them. Okay? Or
Yes.
we have another type of discussion essay that there will be two different options. So first, same option, but different sides, good or bad. The second, two different options. For example, uh, the government should focus on building, for example, housing or for example, on parks. So housing or parks. So we have two different options here. So two different essay, two different options. Okay. For two types, so the first one and the second one, again, we have introduction, we have main bodies, and we have conclusion. So like, first of all, you give an introduction. So as you know, again, in your introduction, you need to do first, discuss both sides and give your opinion. This is your introduction, not in detail. This is introduction, okay? And
Yes.
let me say something. Uh, Discussion, okay, really is not important in opinion, okay? So that is really important, all parts of instruction, okay?
Yes.
So that you find important to fulfill. So that's really important. So you discuss first both sides into something like introduction, but not detail. That just paraphrase. That you have actually a question and now you paraphrase it and then give your opinion just briefly. Okay,
Yes.
then that details come later. Okay, so that is okay. What is the instruction? We need to discuss both sides. Okay, and then we need to give details. Okay, so this is what we need to do. And
Yes.
then we need to identify, so that both sides for discussion, so it's really important, and choose your main idea. So, that's really important, okay?
Yes.
If you have a lot of ideas, more than one, it's like, you don't get a higher band, so just
Yes.
choose what is your main idea, okay? And decide which one is better to be used. Then decide your opinion. Definitely agree, because some candidate think, okay, I agree, but decide, yes, I agree, but of course there are some maybe negative points. So like this. Well, and we have body paragraphs that don't forget about topic sentence.
Yes.
because this topic sentence actually shows the examiner which side of the discussion you are about to tackle. So that's really important, the topic sentence. It indicates everything in your essay. That's really important,
Yes.
okay? Because, it helps your text to be clear. And of course, it's like it helps the examiner to locate information easily. So that's really important. Well, let's write something on the board.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, the question is, completing university education is thought by some to be the best way to get a good job. On the other hand, the second side. On the other hand, or I could say alternatively, other people think experience and developing skills is more important. So here we have two sides, okay, that we need to discuss. Now discuss both sides and give your opinion. So discuss, this is our instruction actually. Oh, I'm typing, so what happened? Okay. Discuss both sides and give your opinion. So this is, okay, just what we need to do. Well, first of all, I want to know your opinion.
Well, I think that is hard. It's like, uh, first to talk about the advantage of completing university education. Maybe I I think it's not the only way to get a good job, but I think it is the most convenient and the most like like maybe the shortest way to get a job to be a successful person. And however, maybe getting experience and enhancing skills, uh, they need a lot of time. Like they need to, most of people need to use their whole life to realize something to be successful, such as the founders of KFC.
Yeah. Well, so okay. So let's see. Yeah. Actually, I do agree with you. Now we're gonna write our essay. So how to write it? So first of all, we need an introduction, right? As I told you, we need to paraphrase it again. We paraphrase the question again. We give our opinion. So how to is taught by some people. Okay, I want again. I use passive, and I say okay. It's, of course, you know that it is. You know that it should be formal, but I said it's, but it's considered, okay, by some. Because some people think it's considered by some that what? Okay, completing university education, that is graduation, right?
Yes.
So that being a university graduate, yeah, is what is the best way. The best way is the key to what? To get a good job. Maybe it's secure, okay? As you know, it's definitely, so if you do this, you definitely, so you can say to securing a good job. To make it secure, so it will be definite. So to securing a good job, like a guarantee, correct?
Yes.
Well, and now, on the other hand, while, okay, other things, for example, there are others, or you can say others, think or believe that what? So getting experience, okay, and developing skills is more important. That, okay, for example, it is better to have experience, okay, and skills. So, what do you think? We say, in my opinion, so actually, I believe that having university education is essential. Of course, it's really important. For what? For academic job. So you want to be teacher, what a skill. Of course you need to go to university, so that's really important. Okay, while skills or soft skills or skills and experience are more useful, for example, for business. Do you agree?
Yes.
So this is my introduction and that's it. So first of all, paraphrase, and after that, so of course there are different words. Now you can, again, you can paraphrase my answer. So there are different ways that you can write it. Now it's time to write my main body. So again, we have paragraphs, okay? Well, one about the first, going to university. Second, about getting experience. So we need to separate them, divide them into two paragraphs and discuss them. Don't forget about giving example. That's really important. Okay.
Yes.
Of course, sometimes you say, teacher, I can't find any example. It's okay. Just I want to say if you have. So no worries. Okay. So first, about academic. So on the one hand, first, one side, another side. Okay, how to make my paragraph. For the beginning of these two paragraphs, because I have two sides, I can use on the one hand, on the other hand. So on the one hand, next paragraph, on the other hand. These two are good. So you can use this too. Well, again, I say on the one hand.
Yes.
Many people believe, think, okay, so anything that you want. Finding a good job, okay, is easier if they have, for example, graduate degree. Why? So why do you think?
Hmm. because if they have a degree, they will show that like maybe because uh it's like they show that they have been educated before.
Yeah, of course. It's like, yeah, that's really good. Actually, when you have tertiary education, so here I don't want to say again university, college. Okay, so I say tertiary. So you know that that is post-secondary. That's college, university, so we can say tertiary. So we can say yes, of course, because I think, yeah, they think that having tertiary education puts people one step ahead of others. So this is a good idea that we can mention it, okay? So, because, okay, or since, so here you can use any of them, having tertiary education puts people one step ahead of others. You have more, of course. And for many employers, that's really important. This can be deciding factor, you know? So I can mention it. For example, it's like, you know, I want to add, clarify. So for many employers, this can be the deciding factor between job applicants, people who apply for a job, right? Agree?
Yes.
Is it clear?
Yes.
Oh, well, let's think about more if we have more, because I think we need to write more. This is writing task 2. So, um, oh, we said that. So for, oh, what is this? For some jobs, like for example, for being doctor, for being teacher. So it's requirement that's really important. So I want to add something. So we say, furthermore, okay, a certain level, that is really important, okay, of education of, for example, university education is required for particular jobs. Now you can give an example. Jobs such as being a
Yeah.
doctor, teacher. So my examples. Now, okay, I need here. Well, actually for each paragraph in this essay, it's better to have a, like, you know, a brief conclusion, just one line. It's like I want to end my paragraph and I want to discuss another view and another side. So for this reason, I want to give reason. So something like, okay, so for this reason, I believe, so why? I believe
Yes.
that in the case of, okay, jobs that require knowledge, again, I use another synonym. I don't want to repeat them again.
Yes.
Having, okay, now, tertiary education is, for example, the key to success. And that's it. This is my first paragraph. Is it clear?
Yes, of course.
Okay, very good. So this is about the first one. And now we're going to talk and we're going to discuss the second. Okay, as I told you now, because I have the another view, another side on the other hand. Okay, so let's talk about this. So, what do you think about how to write? You think you help me?
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
help me. What type of, just, I want you to help me to find example for jobs that need and require skills.
Require skill. It's like it's like why people need to like
No,
why
just for example, which job needs or require
ah
uh, skills, experience.
maybe an office worker also need computer skills.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, computer skills, but it can be kind of, like, something like tertiary academic. So it's like, do you agree that some jobs that actually, where some interpersonal, they have some relations with, with people, they need experience, how to deal with customer, how to, or for example, when you are a leader, of
Yes.
course you should be experienced. So we can talk about this. So first of all, we can talk about interpersonal, that is, involving relations between people. So that is really important. So how you can, and of course, such as leadership. So they need. So I want to begin my paragraph using, on the other hand, okay, having work experience and, okay, for example, you can say soft skills or skills. Here I say skills. I want to give example. Leadership skills and other interpersonal skills can also, okay, like, it's like, for example, maybe they are in favor of the job applicant. So we can say, so
Yes.
can be also, yeah, can be also in favor. So let me, can be also in favor of the job applicants. So, for example, for someone who is applying for, I don't know, something like management position,
Yes.
having experience is important to manage a team. So we can add, for someone who is applying for management position, having experience of how, for example, to manage a team, okay, like, in addition to interpersonal skills, as well as interpersonal skills. Okay, and why a manager needs to have interpersonal skills, you think? To what? To?
Like, what is interpersonal skill,
So as
teacher?
I told you, let me write it here. Interpersonal means relation between people involving relations between people. So how to have relation with people. So it's really important. Not only that, but also this. So why? To, of course, we have some people that we need to. So for example, we need to deal with issues, problem. We need to listen to staff. So we need to support them. We need to direct them. So we need to have actually interpersonal skills to support and direct staff, people who work. So that's really important. Okay, so they are important. So I said who is applying for management position, having experience of how to manage team as well as into are important, critical. Okay, now I discuss business here, so why not let's write business is also, for example, an area of work where experience puts a person ahead of the competition. You know, it's like a competition, you know, like for example, you are competing some people, okay? So that's really important. And it's really important in a way that, for example, university education could not. So we can say in a way that university education could not. So here we need. So for this reason, I also believe that such a skill, like, you know, for example, such skills or I don't know, experience do have a relevant and important place in the workplace. So again, for this reason, I believe that such skills that I mentioned, okay, do have a relevant and important place in the workplace. That it. Now here, I need to write a conclusion, but of course there is no time, so I will write it later. Now tell me, is it clear or you have any questions related to this one?
It's like in this type of essay, how many paragraphs should we have?
Again, you know, should. Let me say something about should. I say that it's better to have 4 paragraphs, but in these, of course, 4 paragraph word because you have an introduction, then you have 2 sides that should be discussed, so 2 paragraphs and a conclusion. So again, for task 2, not this one, for task 2, sometimes we have more than 4 paragraphs, that is 5. It's not important, you know, that, okay, I have 3 main bodies, introduction, conclusion, definitely important. Main bodies, maybe 2, maybe 3, depends on actually the type of essay. Here, 4 paragraphs. But word limits, this one is important. You know, some candidates think that, okay, let's write 300 words. It's not good. It can affect your score. So it's like, you know, the best number of words for task 2, 270 to 290, just this, not more. 280 is the best.
But teacher, why at my school they told me that For discuss both views essays, we will need to write 5 paragraphs and one extra paragraph is discuss about our perspective.
No, we did. No, there is no, we don't need to. No, 4 paragraph is enough. Okay, now I discussed. I stated my opinion at the end of my paragraph, just one line. So how many? So you want to, okay, you say, I don't like it. You say, for example, I add another paragraph to add my opinion. Of course, I add, look,
Yeah.
for this reason, I believe. For this reason, I believe. Okay, so I already added. So why do I need? As I
Yeah.
told you, not for this. I wouldn't prefer 5 paragraphs for this one. Okay, it's extra. It will
And
say a word. Yeah, but for some types, you can, as I told you, you can. No one says no. But it's better not to do for some. For some of them, yes, why not? You can. When you want to make comparison, for example, you have a topic that you need to make comparison, it's okay. Discuss, make comparison. But here, no, you don't need. And there is no need here. So 4 paragraph is enough. Enough and good.
yes.
Yeah. Okay. Well, and another one.
What type of essay we will need 5 paragraph, teacher?
As I told you, for essay, so as you know, we have, okay, so let's talk about it. So as I told you, we have different types of, for example, agree, disagree, for example, advantage, disadvantage. So advantage, disadvantage. You discuss advantage, you discuss disadvantage. Now, maybe you want to add another paragraph to say that which one will you prefer or what is your opinion? Maybe you can add, okay? So it's like, for example, for this time, for discussion, normally, you don't, okay? Or for example, if you have, I don't know, when you want to talk about positive, negative sides of something, you can, okay? It's
Yes.
like when you need. So between 4 and 5, some candidates write 5, some can. So I think I need to add more, one other paragraph, but actually, definitely the last, the third paragraph of main body paragraph. The third one is shorter than the second, first and second. It's short, just about 2 lines maybe, or 3 lines. Because if you want to write more, you will write a lot, and of course, the more you write, the more mistake you make.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. So for
Yes.
example, you have opinion essay, so why not? You can write 5, okay? For
Yes.
example, talk about positive, negative aspects of something, then express your opinion, so why not? You can.
Yes.
Okay. Any other questions?
No, I think it's
Well,
very.
just I want, if you can, that would be great if you write the conclusion of this essay for me, and
Yeah.
then I can just, the conclusion part, just 3 lines, according to what I wrote on the board, and then, of course, in the next session, we'll discuss it, okay?
Yes.
Well, and that's
Yeah.
it. Yes.
Can you copy and pass?
I will send you, yeah,
Yeah.
I will send you a screenshot, of course. Well, okay. Have a great time and see you at the next session. Goodbye.
Teacher, have a nice day. Goodbye.
Thank you. Thank you. Goodbye. Goodbye.